I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Hello and welcome to the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast. Here at Spoilt Milk, we like to discuss, dissect, and destroy guilty pleasure movies. And then we decide whether the film is truly spoilt milk, or whether it's ascended into a fine, luxurious cheese. So without further ado, let's go.
Warning, this podcast is full of spoilers for the title feature, and there's bad language from the start. If you've never seen the film, or you're offended by bad language, you have been warned.
Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast. As always, I'm Cham, and I'm joined by Katty. Say hello, Katty.
Hello.
And the Hobo. How are you, Hobo?
You gave me false hope because you looked at me and then went, we're joined by Katty.
Yeah, it's because I looked at you and I was like, oh, forget this piece of shit.
And then you asked me how I was. So I got something one over Katty. Didn't ask how you were.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just need validation.
So needy, Hobo.
I just need to know I belong in society because I'm on the edges right now.
You're such a princess.
I mean, I live with rats. I don't mean you can call me a princess. Maybe, what's the one who... Cinderella. She has mates who are rats, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Are they mice, though? I can't imagine Disney putting rats in, apart from Ratatouille.
What about Basil the Great Mouse Detective?
A mouse?
Mouse.
But there's a rat in it.
Oh, is it a villain, though?
Is it evil?
Yeah.
Evil.
Poor rats.
Rats aren't evil.
You've still got rats, right?
Yeah.
Are they evil?
No. I mean, Hercules does push Pig off off the top of the cage sometimes.
Like Lion King-esque.
Yeah.
Like, long live the king.
Pretty much.
It's ace.
But Pig don't give a fuck. He's too dumb.
Pig.
He just wants to eat.
You called a rat pig?
Yeah.
Mm.
Why?
Why not?
Okay, fair point.
Moose was almost called Pig.
Oh, yeah.
So I could say that'll do, Pig.
Nice. So we have got a top three. Hobo, you suggested this one. What is it that we're doing today?
Top 3 child actors.
Right. Why did you go for that one?
Because this film has child actors in it, the little monsters.
Not even mentioned,
doing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little monsters, sorry.
Do you want to do
bad.
your introduction?
Hello and welcome to...
Yeah, so because we're doing Little Monsters, which is filled with child actors, I thought, why not do child actors? And then I decided not to, because I watched Little Monsters only last night. I was done about 2 a.m. I completely forgot about the top 3. So I just went with my most innate one. And
you can go first. Yeah.
I'm going with Macaulay Culkin.
Nice.
Because that is my childhood of child actors. Just, I think we've mentioned Blank Check before on here.
He's not in Blank Check.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Richie Rich.
Yeah, he is in Richie Rich.
Richie Rich.
Mm.
And then Home Alone.
And Page Master.
Oh,
Page Master.
I was just thinking about, in fact, one of my notes about Little Monsters is the soundtrack really reminded me of Page Master and other films in that era. So, yeah, I love Macaulay Culkin.
I had that on VHS.
Did you?
Mm.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever watched it all the way through.
Do you not still have it on VHS? You own a lot of your own. You still own your VHSs, don't you?
Maybe.
Do you still have ones that are pre-recorded VHSs that you've just taken like a blank one and recorded?
I've got some old skate videos that are, yeah.
Nice. but nothing you recorded off TV to watch later.
Yeah, it was recorded off Sky.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant like your homemade skate videos or something like that. I thought you...
Yeah, I thought you were.
Yeah.
Like, you did your own little Jackass style.
No.
Do you have some skate videos of you when you were younger, like Jackass style?
No.
No. I'd like to see young Skater Katty go to the camera like...
I mean, I can just do that now.
But yeah, Macaulay Culkin, I'm done.
What else has he been in? Because he was in Home Alone 1 and 2, Page Master. He was in the black and white video with Michael Jackson, wasn't he?
Richie Rich.
And then, do you ever find that with these kids that there's certain qualities that they pick in children that don't...
Non-stability.
No, but they tend to like go for like these little kids that have like the perfect bowl cut or like either really big eyes or big lips or something that makes them look stand out as like kids. But then when they grow up, they always end up looking a bit weird.
Are you thinking Haley, Sixth Sense kid, Haley Joel?
Well, while we're on it, then that was going to be mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so mine is Haley Joel Osment.
But he got fat.
Yeah, he did, but he's in Silicon Valley now.
Even if he wasn't, his head is weird and his face, he's still got like a child face on an adult head.
Yeah.
The last time I've seen him was in Tusk.
Yeah, the Kevin Smith one.
And he just looked really fucking weird.
His head's like, I can't say, it'd be like putting a 5p on a £2 coin. Or, no, do you know what? I'm going to go even further. Like putting a 5p on the top of a Pringles lid. Like, that's the size of his head compared to his face.
No, yeah.
His face is like right in the middle.
He looks like a misshapen potato.
Yeah,
anyone can have a Haley Joel Osment face. All you need to do is go into Photoshop, do a box around the eyes and mouth, and then just scale it down. And that's it.
He's like a Goomba from Mario Brothers, but if they had a bigger head.
Yeah.
But no, I'm going for Haley Joel Osment. I watched The Sixth Sense in a hotel room on my own recently.
Is that some sort of weird, seedy night that you had?
Yeah, it was just pre-planned. I was like, I'm going to go and stay in a hotel and watch this film with Haley Joel Osment in. No, I had to be in a hotel for work reasons. And I was just flicking through the channels.
I didn't know you was desperate for money, Cham.
Yeah, I didn't have any trousers on at the time, but I was flicking through the channels and The Sixth Sense had just started. And I was like, I'll give this a watch. I haven't seen it in like 10 years or something. That still holds up, that film. It's still great. And he's incredible in it.
Bruce Willis.
No.
You know.
Bruce is fine. He's Bruce.
Bruce is fine.
Bruce. But no, Haley Joel Osment is sick in it. And he like kind of carries that film as well. Bruce just turns
Why
up.
are you laughing so much?
And then AI, have either of you seen AI?
No, I still haven't seen AI.
So that's a proper love it or hate it. Some people think it's a masterpiece. Some people think it's Spielberg's worst. I like it. And again, he's pretty much carrying the whole film. Jude Law pops up every now and then. But for a child actor to lead these films, I think is spot on. And he does such a good job. Not really seen him in anything as an adult where I've been like, you're really good. But then maybe he doesn't get the...
I think he's really good in Silicon Valley, as you mentioned. He's really good. He's like a tech inventor who's like leading the way in a VR game. But he turns out he's actually just he's a really likable person, and he's easy. People want to do things for him because they really like him, and that's how he's ended up in his position. But he doesn't know anything what the fuck he's doing. Yeah. He's just kind of a spoiled brat, and he plays it really well.
Yeah, that program's so good. But yeah, I'm going for Haley Joel Osment.
Nice.
But again, like not much of a career as an adult. Same with Macaulay Culkin does that pizza thing, doesn't he?
Well,
that
Macaulay Culkin
band.
chose that he didn't want to do it, and he's only recently done little bits. I think he might be getting back into it, but generally he's not been bothered about doing it. So, yeah,
maybe because of his Michael Jackson days,
fiddling,
possibly. Katty, what's yours?
So I was going to go for Linda Blair.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah.
But I've decided I'm going to go for Corey Feldman instead.
I had the two Coreys as my backup. Feldman's quality.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's just like the epitome of child actor gone wrong.
Yeah, when he got into like his Michael Jackson loving times and was like impersonating him.
Yeah.
That was weird.
And the fact that he's got like some sort of clause in every single contract for all the girls that are like backing dancers or something for his band, where it's like if he slaps them on tits or something like that, it's allowed.
What?
Yeah, he's got some weird clause about like sexually harassing dancers, and it's...
I find it weird that you're saying that as if that's a good thing.
It's not. It just makes me laugh.
I didn't know this.
No, I didn't. I didn't even know he was in a band.
Why don't people bring this up then? If he's out there saying, like, I want to bring up, like, abuse in Hollywood, how has no one rebutted and just going, yeah, but you're still abusing in Hollywood?
You have a titty slapping clause.
Yeah. Like
the sequel to Santa Claus the movie.
Titty slap him.
The titty slapping cause.
Yeah. So yeah, he is great. What's your favourite Corey Feldman?
Obviously, Lost Boys.
You reckon over Goonies?
Yeah.
As good as his mouth.
Well, given that Little Monsters was your suggestion, I kind of get that. I know it's like they are completely different films, but at the same time, something about them just... I got the feeling of a Lost Boys influence.
Montages and things like that.
Yeah.
Lost Boys has got to be one of the best films of all time. And I couldn't even really argue why it is, apart from it's like 90% nostalgic.
It's like, it's a coming of age type thing, the sweet soundtrack. And
a Greasy Sax Man.
The Greasy Sax Man's the best thing about it, and his little chain.
Yeah, it's like the Greasy Strangler.
Why don't we do Lost Boys, but instead of just say, because we know it's going to be luxurious cheese, instead just try and figure out like why it's luxurious cheese.
Yeah, we could do a deep dive.
Yeah,
into...
I think that'd be good to do, because there's some films that we do all love, and then it's breaking down why do we love it, so we don't have to just avoid it because we know we love it.
Because my brother has done a full 180 on Lost Boys, and he's like, I hate it now. And he loved it as a kid, but he's like, no, it's shit. Like when he rewatches films now, he doesn't kind of go in with like a nostalgic attitude. He will just watch it as, what's this film like now? And he hates it. And like whenever you talk to him about it, he's like, that's shit, that film.
See,
it's boring.
I still try and go in with a mindset of, I know a lot of things still do influence my nostalgia side of it, but I still try and go in like pretty analytical, like, should I still love this? And because I like to be able to justify it, not just going, but I watched it as a kid and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, but it does tend to knock an extra 20% on or whatever any film that I loved as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the end of Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey the other night. And I
haven't watched that in ages.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I'm emotionally stable enough for it.
No, it's fine. You love animals.
Will you just be sobbing while talking about it? Like,
there's so much peril.
Yeah, there's a lot of peril in that film. I feel like we should watch it together. So I want to see your reaction.
We could do the audio commentary style thing. I mean, it would just be Katty sobbing. I'll just lower your sob so it's just in the background ever so slightly. So anyway, Cham.
But Feldman's another one child actor who's grown up to be a bit weird. He's a bit odd looking. Sorry, Corey, but can you think of any examples of child actors who are still going? I guess there's Jamie Bell or whatever from Billy Elliot. He's still...
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
Oh, Selena
I
Gomez.
wanted to call out, but essentially I haven't seen them in anything else, and I don't really know the names. But I almost was going to go with some of the Stranger Things cast.
Yeah,
because
it's TV. And
true.
Oh, what's his face? Who's doing Ted Bundy?
Oh,
Zac Efron.
Yeah,
he's not weird looking.
And he's as much as I hate it, like he's a good actor.
Yeah. 17 again is incredible.
I haven't watched it.
Well, you're missing out. But yeah, Stranger Things, a couple of them have branched off, haven't they? So there's the kid who's in
11 is in Godzilla.
Yeah, she's in that.
Oh, the kid in it. Yeah,
he plays Richie.
So they're all clearly good. I think I haven't seen him in it yet, but Dustin, the one with
teeth.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a film yet, but I really liked him. He was good at...
He's a good singer as well. Have you seen that performance where the four of them are singing Motown songs?
No.
It's super adorable. So yeah, I went for Haley Joel Osment. Who'd you go for?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman and...
Macaulay Culkin.
Right, okay, so we'll be back shortly to talk about Little Monsters.
What are you doing?
Taking your pod. No, you're not. You will not be taking our pod today, sir.
Welcome back to part one of the Spoilt Milk movie podcast, where today we are talking all about Little Monsters, the Fred Savage, Howie Mandel comedy from the late 80s. So, Katty, what's this film about?
This film is about a kid.
Brian.
Brian.
Such a weird name for a little kid.
My dad's called Brian.
No, but he's a dad.
Okay.
I guess every man has to be a kid at some point, but...
He weren't born a dad. But they moved to this house and he finds out, well, his brother finds out there's a monster under the bed and they swap rooms because Brian's just like, fuck you, monster. Fucking talking wet. And yeah, there was a monster that comes out from underneath his bed called Maurice and they're best mates.
Yeah, they are best mates. So we've got the two real-life brothers, don't we? We've got the Savage brothers. That's a good name, isn't it?
Savage.
We're the Savage brothers.
My great nana was called Savage.
Nice.
Lillian Savage.
I was sat next to someone yesterday in a pub and their surname was Blood. And I was like, what a weird name. And they were talking about they've got a business and they were like, well, we couldn't call it
Blood Brothers.
Yeah, because it might sound weird like with vampires, but I was like, what? Just imagine being called like Chris Blood.
Well, it's like...
or Hobo Blood.
Ben Phoenix.
Oh, Ben Phoenix. That's a great name. Shout out to Ben Phoenix. Long time no see. Great name. Just with Ben as well. It sounds good.
And his brother Adam.
And his sister Order of the. So we've got Fred Savage and Ben Savage, star of... so we've got Wonder Years.
Yeah.
And then we've got Boy Meets World star Ben Savage.
And...
Daniel Stern was the voice of... in Wonder Years, he's the kid, but then there's a narrator.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Stern who's the dad in this family, the angry dad.
Is that the angry?
Yeah. So it was a bit of a...
I was just going to say Princess Bride, Fred Savage.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that film, though.
I mean, the dad was a weird character.
Yeah, he was weird in this film.
Yeah, I wouldn't have clocked him as someone who's been in the industry at all before this film.
Well, it's Marv from Home Alone. Did you pick that up?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
He looked back, he had a similar face, but I was like, I can't place him.
Yeah, he didn't have the little afro.
Yeah, he was bad.
Well, his character was just a bit all over the place. I was like, are we supposed to like this dad or hate him?
It was a bit of... the parents aren't really a big thing of this. So.
But the mum's very much like a loving mum and she scruffs his head and stuff. But the dad was kind of like this badass, like, you're getting grounded for 3 weeks. I'm taking this off you and taking that off you because you put your bike in front of my car or you've had a sandwich in the middle of the night. But then the next thing was like in bed with like getting into bed with him. And he was like scruffing his head and being like, I love you, son. And like really proud of you. And I was like, who are you? Yeah, who are you?
He's probably a bit bipolar.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, they could have dropped a line in, maybe.
He looked incredibly young, and instead of just like playing into, like, there's nothing wrong with having a young dad, but what's worse is if you've got a young...
How young's too young?
I mean, 14 is too young. But if you've got a young person playing a dad, and then you try and age them up by putting them in like suit, shirt and suspenders and greasing their hair back and putting glasses on them.
Make them wear beige.
Yeah. Like, that doesn't work. Just know the fact that you've got a younger dad, and his glasses were massive.
Yeah, they were.
Was he meant to
That
be
was
90?
the 80s, though.
Still, that was a bit much.
I love that that's your like problem with him. Fucking big glasses, cunt. Get some fucking small specs.
Big glasses, tiny head, big clothes, tiny body. It was all really weird. I didn't like
Maybe
it.
he used to be a fat man. And now
What?
a fat man.
Oh,
Fat man.
And now he's not a fat man.
fat man.
Yeah.
Fat man scoop.
We're just saying words now.
Brooklyn Clan.
Yes. I was going to say that. So we've got the family. They're set up at the beginning. They've just moved house. Kind of your classic horror start where you got a family slightly dysfunctional moving into a new house. Then there's something not quite right about it. Maurice, yeah, fuck me. But straight from the get-go, I was like, gadgets. Like, no one does gadgets anymore. I think I was saying this about another film that we watched from like the 80s, but the way he rigged up his, he had a weird alarm system, didn't he, at the beginning?
It looked like he was building a bomb.
Yeah,
he
had
like
a little
clock with the
crocodile
curly
clips and
wires.
stuff. Yeah. But what did it do again? I can't remember.
It was to trap him.
No, before the monster part,
Yeah.
it like set him up as this gadget kid. Was it just his alarm to wake him up to go and have
It
a
did
sandwich
something.
and watch that dirty like
Some
bikini program with the guy who
80s
he
babe
was-
station.
Yeah. I think, was it like an alarm that, I think it stopped the alarm going off loud, but it set something off to wake him up or something?
Oh yeah, his boner alarm to remind him to go down and watch fucking
I mean, do
Babe
you remember
Station.
doing that as a kid, like trying to sneak? And I think ours was more that it wasn't at night; it was like getting up really early so we could go down. But it was still
And
like.
wank.
I don't
All
remember
together.
it being watching. I think I remember it being watching like Thundercats and stuff, but essentially watching TV when you shouldn't. I think when I was older, I stayed up late to watch. What was it? Euro Trash on Channel 4,
yeah.
which was just like,
Boner TV.
yeah.
But yeah, we used to. There was a point where me and my brother we shared a bedroom till quite late on, but we used to
Take it in turns
we
to watch.
we like slept in the loft, and it's the way that like the triangular top of the roof worked. It like sectioned off boxy, so there was wardrobes built into the sides of the walls, and we used to get in there and put the telly in, and we'd go and sit in there at night and watch films. I remember clearly watching Universal Soldier. I went like way too late, like in there, but it had that fiberglass insulation, so it'd be sat there like itching and scratching, but being like, "This is fucking great," like loving it.
Were you not like breathing in loads of fire?
Probably, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I remember like getting up. But he gets up to watch that program, and it's the same guy who plays Snick later, isn't it? Who's the guy hosting that TV show?
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's from
it was like a greaseball fat guy moving on like a page 3 model.
Yeah. She was like, I want to move to LA or whatever. But he's from the Burbs, isn't he? He's like the crazy neighbor.
Yeah.
So he came back later as Snick. I don't know if it was trying to make out that maybe it was all a dream. So before we get into like the monster, we see some of the other people in the film. So he goes to school. We see the little kids like May, his little nerdy May. They're cute together. They're quite funny. Yeah. And then we see Buzz from Home Alone turn up. Who threw that sandwich at me? And I was like, he was so typecast. He was just like, if you need a kid who's a bit fat and a bit mean, get fucking Buzz in.
Yeah.
And get him to throw a bit of sandwich on his chest.
It's like hard being a kid if you're an overweight ginger. Like, I want to be a leading man. You come into audition, like, you can be the bully that everyone hates. I get this every day.
Dye your hair, lose some weight.
Wow. You sounded like you work in the industry then. Like, you give them that line a million times. Dye your hair, lose some fucking weight. Get out of my audition.
Run.
And then we see the little geeky girl as well.
Yeah.
Who loves a
doing
science project.
impression.
How's that hangover doing for you?
A science experiment.
And what is it about? It's just like monitoring a
flower,
plant.
about light and stuff, and how like the absence or not the opposite of absence.
Presence.
Yeah. Of light and how it affects a plant.
Yeah.
And
then he does that time lapse thing, doesn't he? It's like, you can do a time lapse. And like gets all the photos together.
And then tries to jump in on her project. It's like, I've just shown you one cool thing, so how about I don't have to do anything else? But he clearly does, like you say, because we set him up as a tinkerer. He clearly could do everything. He's just a lazy shit.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He just thinks
but he's going through a lot.
He's Billy Big Balls. The way he swaggers out after that is like, let me know. And then like swaggers out. It's like, what the fuck?
Billy Big Balls.
Well, you do find out later
Brian Big Balls.
that it's all... No, that's her dad's name. That it's kind of all bravado, isn't it? And he thinks everyone hates him, doesn't he? Because he's really surprised when the ginger girl actually likes him. It's all just an act. He's going through some tough stuff, man.
You know
His
what,
weird
man.
big glasses dad is arguing with his mum all the time. So we get also those kind of like setups for like the melted ice cream, don't we? The things that are going on in the house. You look like you want to say something.
You just reminded me. I like the fact that when the kid has a nightmare and they come in and they make sure he's all right, they have a brief conversation just outside the room. This is like at the very start. So that's why I found it weird when they're getting, like, the parents are getting divorced later. But like at the start, and we're just outside the room, and the dad's like, "Do you think he heard us?" And she's like, "Of course he heard us." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, so you were just banging loud and he got scared?"
Not banging, arguing.
Oh, I thought it was them like going at it.
No.
Were they arguing?
Yeah, arguing, yeah.
Macking on.
Yeah. I thought it was like, I was like, ah! Do you think he heard us?
No, they were having an argument.
Oh, okay.
You little creep.
Yeah, I've made a note about them banging.
Arnold's disgusted.
Yeah.
He's seen a dog outside, I think.
So the little kid of the family, I can't remember his character's name, Ben Savage, he sees something in his room, he's seen monsters, and he does a little switcheroo with his brother, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll sleep in your bed." Does he pay him? He like, "You can have $5.
Him. Oh, yeah, and then he says for money.
Yeah. So he sleeps in his room, and then we realise that monsters are real in this world, and we're introduced to Maurice.
Fucking love Maurice.
I was just going to say, what do you think of Maurice?
Fucking love him.
So he's played by Howie Mandel. Have you ever seen Howie Mandel in anything else?
No.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's all.
Is he one of those?
The bald judge.
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen him. I didn't recognise him, voice or otherwise.
No. Maurice is fucking disgusting.
I love him.
Like, when he came in, I was like, "Get off the screen. You are horrible to look at."
I wanted a best friend like Maurice as a kid.
I probably did at the time.
He was just doing a shit Beetlejuice impression. Drop Dead Fred. Like, he just...
He's bonkers fuck.
Yeah, but he's fucking disgusting. The fact that he picks a spot off his own face and, like, goes to feed Brian with it and stuff like that.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be disgusting.
I didn't like his way about him.
It's
just
manic.
He's very manic, isn't he, though?
Yeah.
He's got ADHD.
All over the place.
He is all over the place.
Monster ADHD.
I think it was just a bad impression of all other people he'd maybe looked up to. And so it seemed a little over the top without being genuine. Like, he did, like, pick a way to be so you can have some consistency as a character. And like, even for like someone who's a bit wacky and stuff, you can still have a consistent character. And no, it was just whatever he felt like. The arm movements were mental. Like,
laugh at the end of everything. Yeah, that was very Beetlejuice.
But yeah, the way he'd go to that deep voice, like, it'd be normal voice and then he'd go dude really deep. That is very Beetlejuice. That's very much what's the actor's name who does Beetlejuice?
Keaton.
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Keaton.
very Michael Keaton.
Bruce Forsyth.
Bruce Forsyth. Okay, well, on that note, we'll call it for part one and we'll come back and we'll talk about where their relationship goes and what the actual film's all about.
And eating some peanut butter and onion sarnies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fucking hell.
This is a break from the podcast. This isn't fake, it is real. Grab a biscuit, a Kit Kat, or toffee, maybe samosa.
Welcome back to part two of Little Monsters. So we've talked about Maurice a little bit. I'm sure he's going to come up a lot. But what is Maurice's deal? What makes him a monster? What makes him special? What can he do? What can't he do?
He's blue.
He's blue, yeah. He's got lots of scabs.
Stretchy eyes.
Are we doing this back and forth?
Stretchy eyes. Let's see how long we can go.
He's got horns.
Horns.
He's got spots that he can eat.
Yep. Well, we all do.
He disappears when light comes on him.
Yep. Disappears on light.
He's a twat.
Right, yeah, we can all do that.
I ran out of things. So
what about his biggest thing we've not talked about? The fact that he can, like, magic from under the bed. He's got an underworld.
No, well,
is that not him? Is that?
No, that's not him. That's the monster. That's just the monster
They're
universe.
People. Okay. Well, that was kind of what I was trying to get at, what he can do. But, but eating his own spots is just as good. So he belongs to, like, an underworld of just monsters. It reminded me a bit of Hook.
Reprobates.
Are they all kids down there? Because he's like, no parents or anything. Apart
looked
from
like it.
Snick.
Yeah, and the main guy.
Yeah, but he's boy.
Yeah, boy.
So he's like, supposed to be a boy, though, isn't he?
Yeah. They said, like, oh, look at this world, isn't it great? And then they showed the wide shot of it, and it was just a bunch of fucking pallets.
Yeah.
Like, I used to live next to, like, a place called Adventure Playground.
I forgot they were called pallets.
Bunch of fucking pallets.
It was honestly like this big park that we went to as kids, and it was just like a load of wrecky shit in like a corner somewhere. Because you're kids, you don't need much more. But I was like, it's kind of expecting a little bit more than a bunch of pallets.
Well, if we're going down the premise of they're all children, then they're not going to know what to make out of, are they?
Yeah.
Other than pallets and cardboard boxes.
Yeah. But surely.
Yeah, it was a shit tip, though. I was like, well, what? Is this supposed to be good?
Yeah. I mean, what little budget it had did not go into this.
How many pallets can we get?
I bet they just went to... They didn't have a proper, like, set designer. They just had, like a grip guy who's like, I know I could get some pallets.
But do you know what? Same thing happened again where, like, the practical effects looked quite good still, but those weird little shooting star things.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What were they?
They are effects that you can add on in any editor now, and no one ever uses. It's like one of those plugins.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah. The only people that use them are the first time they've used an editor, and they thought, oh, I can use effects. And then
or they're taking
one
the
time
piss.
you've used them, you go, I should never use that again.
Yeah. So yeah, they go into this underworld. How old is Maurice? Because I'm sure he says something at the beginning about being 11.
Yeah, but he's been around for 100 or
Right.
a couple of hundred. You should know. You watch this
I don't
over and
know.
over. He says, I've been around for 100 years. And then I think Fred Savage goes, oh, so you're like 100 or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm 11. But yeah, so he was 11
supposed to be 11?
Yeah, but he got trapped down there as well, I say trapped. He chewed. This is the thing. They don't go into his back. I thought that was a very interesting thing. Like, if you stay down there, then that's it. You're done.
Well, that was introduced really late on as well, wasn't it?
But that would have been a really interesting story.
Maybe we should do
a deep dive again.
Yeah.
But he grew the horns when he left the window open, which was really annoying me when he kept leaving the window up. I was like, fucking shut the window. Poor guy's melting in front of you. But he grew those horns. So is it supposed to be that when he first went down there, he was a normal kid, and then exposure to light when coming back, maybe he's pushed it a bit too far when he's pranking people, has made him go blue and spotty and his sharp teeth. I'm like, I don't know. You say he's like punk as fuck or whatever, but like if you're doing like the design of a monster that you're supposed to be like, I can see why he's his best friend. Yeah, he's a bit wacky and zany, but he was horrible to look at. Like,
he did look really greasy.
Yeah, he did. And he looked like he hadn't washed his hair in ages. Well,
he didn't have hair.
Yeah. But then we go down to the underworld and we find out that their raison d'etre or whatever is pranking.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they do. They play some weird baseball game where you smash things and then you prank people. So remind me of what some of the pranks are that they pull. Are you looking under the table?
There's just booting me.
Yeah. I was like, what's that? Oh, it's a foot. The pranks there was painting people's faces. They were what else were they doing?
Well, they did the apple juice piss swap.
Yeah.
And the tuna cat food swap on Buzz.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, because they cut to like a montage of all the kids getting in trouble for different things as well, which I thought was a weirdly nice touch.
When someone shaved the cat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that came up. Because I don't remember seeing that in the montage of them doing stuff, but that came up in the montage of them getting told off. Like,
yeah, cat got shaved.
Yeah. They picked the oddest little kids, didn't they, for that? It was probably very purposeful.
Could you tell when they was painting the stuff on the girl's face in bed that she was trying not to laugh? Like, she was like loving it.
Yeah. Like, use a different cut. Just paint her again. But I was like,
and again.
What a dick move. Like, we are just going to get other kids in trouble with their parents.
Yeah, I didn't see
That's not right nice.
any reason why to like these characters or why why Brian would go along with this, because he's just been through that same situation, and he
ruined his bike.
Yeah, it was really ruining his life and probably pushing his parents further apart.
Stop being so grown up about
No,
it.
but like, if they purposefully pranked bullies and stuff, like when they've pranked Buzz or whatever he is in this film, or even pranked the parents, he had a big thing about
What are you going to do? Put some Tabasco on a dildo?
Nice. See, you could be a monster.
Yeah.
Or they could even do the warm water finger in the pissy bed.
Finger in the
piss. But they could have done that, or I don't know. It felt a bit weird that they were picking on these like little kids. I was like, oh, that's just really mean.
But they're technically both little kids anyway.
Yeah, but like say, we're supposed to be endeared to this guy. He's just causing shit for...
I were fully bought in.
This is clearly a movie written by adults going like, these little kids are little fucking shit. They don't care who they hurt. They just want to mess around, where what actually would have made sense was they had a point of why they were. They don't, like, even kids, as weird as they are, they don't just randomly attack someone. They normally have a bit of internal logic.
Yeah, I've been around kids that just randomly attack.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because I just think it's funny. I've been in a beer garden before and a kid threw something at me.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you throw something back?
Oh, just fucking kicked it. I didn't. No.
I really wish you had. That would have been great.
It's just kids. They're just mental. Do what they want. Your brother's kid headlocks the dog all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he's like 5, so you don't know any better.
He's like a headlock, though. So it's clearly he's picked up something.
Yeah. You know, like the story to the film. I was watching this the other day and it got quite far into it. And I was like, right, so this film is about, he's going to go down into this underworld and then he's going to have to make a bit of a decision as to whether he goes back and lives his life with his family who are like going through bad times, or he stays with his mate in the monster world.
And that's the time of his life.
Yeah. And then Snick appeared and started talking about Boy, and I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Like, who are you and who's Boy? And Boy wasn't there. They just kind of talked about him, and I was like, what?
He got too close to the stairs for Boy. Or something like that.
And I was like, what's this? Where's this coming from? And it was a good, I'd say, 50 minutes into the film before Snick even appeared. I think I even made a note about it. Oh, Neck Guy comes in at 55 minutes.
Neck Guy.
Yeah, but I love the fact that he was like really sensitive about his neck and back. And he was like, did you just say back? But I was like, whoa, this is taking a completely like 90-degree turn. And I was like, where's this come from? Who the fuck is Boy? And then I was like, oh, it's not what I think this film's about at all. It's going to be about defeating this bad guy. And it felt like really poor writing.
Yeah.
Like that bit. I was like, you've just thrown this.
They had multiple different storylines they could have gone down. Like, you know, how kids deal with parents' divorce. Like, just generally, like, kids learn a lesson about maybe even not bullying people. Anything like that. And then they just decided, oh, well, we'll just slap a bad guy on it. It's kind of like what DC do. DC movies do.
Yeah.
They seem to have a good movie going, and then they're just like, oh, no, now we need a bad guy for the final third act. And it just becomes very boring and just...
Yeah. Well, the fact that films are still doing that now, I'm like, you should know better. Watch this.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's not do some of the things that they choose to do in this film. What is Boy's motivation then? So what...
He's like the overlord of the monster world, isn't he?
And why does he want Fred Savage?
It's a new toy for him, I think.
Is that it? Is it just to add to his... He kind of hated him, but then wanted him to stay as well.
And their plan, when they knew that he was going to go back and not stay in the underworld, was, well, we want him, so we're going to kidnap this other kid. But I feel like if they just wanted a kid, why wouldn't they just...
Take a kid.
They've got a kid, like... And
all right, Propedia.
But also their plan wasn't like it wasn't ever going to work. Their plan was like, oh well, Oh, no, that was it.
How much do you know about kidnapping children?
Their fan was like, oh, he knows our secrets. We don't want him to tell our secrets. So even though Fred Savage was like, I'm just done with this life. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to get back to my normal life. As soon as they took the kid, it's like, well, now I have to go in there, get loads of my mates to go in and kill you, where I don't think that he would have done that. I think he would have just forgotten about it over time if they just left him alone.
I wouldn't have forgotten about that.
No, but he might have been like, oh, I was just a kid. I imagined it. Or whatever. I watched too much late night TV.
Wanked myself into oblivion.
Started seeing monsters. Anyone done that? Anyone wanked so much you saw monsters? No, just me.
That only happens on the streets.
No, have you not seen like Christopher Robin, where it's all about the
wanking? Wanking you send raw?
No,
wanking CC Winnie the Pooh.
He forgets about Winnie the Pooh and all his mates, and that's what the film's about, him forgetting about.
That is fucking insane, though. Like, if you were mates with a talking bear and a tiger that's blatantly on fucking speed, a manic
And a
depressive donkey, and some rabbit bitch,
What?
like, you won't forget that.
Yeah, well, it's a nice story.
There's definitely things that, like, when I remember back, I'm like, am I remembering that because it really happened? Or am I remembering an embellished version that I just told as a story or whatever? So it kind of gets to the end then at this point. Like, they've kidnapped the little brother.
Yeah. He recruits like his little brother's mate, the girl, and then the bully.
Yeah, they bring the bully down. They need some muscle.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Brawn.
And why did Bully have loads of battery power? Was that set up? Did I miss that?
What do you mean?
Because he was the one he had the power for all the...
I think they just got those from the science lab,
Yeah.
didn't they? That girl had the key to.
It's just the henchest.
Yeah,
So.
he probably could carry them, yeah.
To be fair, yeah, that amount of batteries would be heavy. So.
Yeah, they would, wouldn't they?
Buzz is a tough cookie.
Yeah, so bring someone who's fat and, like, out of shape.
Ginger.
Yeah, what's this gingerness got to do with carrying batteries?
Is it true? Movies say
Is it true that gingers?
No, movies say that, like, fat people are always really strong.
Yeah.
Is that true? I don't think I've ever tested it.
Yeah. Try it this weekend. Just start a fight on a fat person and see how you get on.
Fucking dickhead.
So what happened with the pencils? Like, is that based on some kind of reality where she's like, you put two pencils...
So yeah, you can conduct electricity between them.
Yeah.
It does not produce the amount of light that they show.
Is it still a thing, though? Because it's not lead anymore, is it?
No,
A
because
pencil,
it was
it's
never
graphite.
wood. It was like, it was essentially anything that's, I think it's carbon. I don't think it was necessarily lead.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I remember doing an experiment like this in school at some point.
What, killing monsters?
Yeah.
Kidnapping kids?
That was an experiment. Can we kill these monsters?
But then they used that to shrink him out of his clothes, didn't they? And then slide him under the door, which was quite a nice little touch. And then they've got all the stuff together, and Boy's face comes off. How does it come off again?
He kind of rips it off.
He rips his own face
as the lights
off.
come in, as he's melting, he actually, I imagine because they didn't have the budget for it to actually come off, he goes, wah!
And it's all like pinned.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it at first because you see him from quite a distance.
Yeah.
And then when they show you, I was like, I can see that is. And then he had like a weird, like,
what was that?
Snappy vagina back of head.
Yeah.
He had like a vagina with teeth.
It's his twin.
That's what Snick fucks. Because Snick's an adult. Snick must fuck, right?
I mean,
Snick must fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Maurice is apparently 11 and he definitely looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah. Right, okay, so
he must fuck.
The end of the film then sets up.
It sounds like Silicon Valley, like this guy fucks.
Yeah. Maurice definitely fucks. So the end is they're a bit too late, aren't they? They rescue the kid, but they're a bit too late in their time zone. So they have to run and find a time zone where the sun hasn't risen yet.
Yeah.
And they do set up the like space and time. Weirdly, they set up space and time are intertwined. So it's different down here than it is up there.
Where did they end up?
LA, California.
Yeah, if you phoned your mum and I don't know, you were still living in Leeds and you phoned your mum up one morning, you were like, Mum, can you come and pick me up? Where are you? At Glasgow.
Yeah. Look, even further, because aren't they on the East Coast?
Yeah.
And they that's that's about a 6-hour flight across.
Oh, I just realised Ben Savage had a proper Brooklyn accent. For a kid that young.
Yeah,
he was really giving it his all. I was like, this is really weird to see a kid.
Did you notice that he was one of the monsters in the baseball game?
No.
Yeah, they'd obviously just put a bit of makeup on him and been go in there.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, let him have a game of baseball.
I also like that when they came out in California. They came from underneath a log.
The hobo was sleeping on it. Basically, we should start tracking
because we watch quite a few 80s films now. We always have homeless people in them.
So they have a goodbye, don't they?
It's emotional.
Goodbye. It's kind of again reminded me of Drop Dead Fred, and then they do their little high fives and headbutts. But Fred Savage gives it something that. Goodbye scene. I thought he did a really good job of getting the emotion across. And then it ends with Road to Nowhere blasting out really loud.
Road to nowhere.
So who wants to go into their opinion first?
I will.
You going for it?
Sorry, did you want to?
I was about to say, I think you all know what mine is anyway, so...
Go for it then.
I fucking love it.
Are you going for cheese?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Luxurious.
Any main reasons?
It's just nonsense. It's easy watching, just nonsense. You just put it on. The friendship between them two, it's just blossomed, and it's lovely to watch. It's not the most conventional friendship.
No.
Because he's not 11, he's probably 29.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
And it's a bit strange, but...
Especially when he makes a masturbation joke.
Yeah.
And his hand turns into a dog. And he's like, a boy's best friend is his right hand or something. And I was like, this is weird.
He also makes another one later to, what was it, Snick. There we go. I can't find it in my notes, but yeah. Oh, why doesn't he play with himself? Yeah. So there's a couple of masturbation jokes in there. There's a lot
some
of
swears.
And again,
if you shit, we get the shit, we break the shit.
The kid watching the naughty channel, when it's this doesn't feel like anything that you should be encouraging kids.
But I'm guessing this was a PG then.
Yeah.
That was a 15. So you loved it. You thought it was luxurious cheese?
Yeah.
Hobo.
I hated it.
You hated it, did you?
Of course you
Is this the first time you'd ever seen it?
This is the first time I've seen it.
You don't like happiness.
So I don't have the 20% nostalgia added on.
You don't like fun times.
And I think, like I said, the soundtrack really reminded me of a lot of films from my childhood, and I really got where they was going with it. But yeah, I think it was mainly Maurice that I think if it wasn't for him and that stuff, I probably would have forgiven the third act shit show that it was with the bad guy. And I might have been more okay with it, but because this character was nothing was likable about him, but he was meant to be quirky likable, and he was just dickhead. I was just like, I wouldn't want to hang out with anyone like that. I wouldn't want to be around anyone like that. And I hated watching every second he was on screen. And I like Fred Savage. I really like. In fact, I think I preferred Ben Savage to Fred Savage in this film.
Yeah, Ben Savage was good.
Yeah, he was really solid in this. But yeah, no, I Spoilt Milk all the way. I would never watch this film again, I'm afraid.
I feel like my opinion pretty much perfectly aligns with yours, Hobo.
Yes!
I loved this film as a kid. And I used to watch it quite a lot. And I remember being like, what the fuck are Doritos? And I was like, oh my God, what are they? I wish we had them in England. And then they came over a few years later and I was like, this is ace. It's just like Little Monsters. But yeah, it was Maurice for me. The third act, Boy, that was just a bit of a mess. Didn't really make much sense. But Maurice just wasn't likable. And I think if you watch that and Drop Dead Fred, you kind of see like how much charm Rick Mayall brings to the character of Fred that Howie Mandel doesn't. And it did feel like you said a bit of I'm going to copy a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of Beetlejuice. But you're not supposed to like Beetlejuice, as in he's not your hero. He's supposed to be a bit unlikable. Yeah, so he was the real down point in this film. And if the film's called Little Monsters and you've got two leads and one of them's unlikable, then
yeah, one of them was Little Monster, one of them was Little fucking cunt. And I
like Fred Savage in it. I
won't call him Fred Savage,
right? And I liked Ben Savage as well.
Yeah, Fred Savage was a monster.
Yeah, but I would say Spoilt Milk as well.
And it's a weird thing that I definitely got a very big nostalgia vibe from it, and I felt you could tell it was filmed in that era. But yeah,
and I didn't mind watching it either. It passed quite quickly, but
oh no, I thought no.
So that's Little Monsters. Sorry, Katty, but it is Spoilt Milk. Any last things you want to say before we sign off?
Suck a bag of donkey dicks.
Right, on that note, see you later.
I'll report back on the donkey dicks bag thing next week.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast, you pieces of fucking shit.